What's up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. Today, we're going to be talking about prime factorization, and I'm going to show you how to use a factor tree to find the prime factorization of a number. So, let's go ahead and get into some examples. Now, the first example I want to use is I want to actually find the prime factorization of the number 56. Okay, so if I have the number 56, we need to figure out how to find the prime factorization of that number. Now, first of all, we need to know the difference between prime and composite numbers. Now, a prime number is a number who only has the factors of 1 and itself. A composite number is a number who has factors more than 1 and itself. So what we want to do is we want to figure out any two numbers that I can multiply to get 56, and we're going to break that down in the branches of a factor tree until we get only factors that are prime. So, for example, right here, I know that I can get 56 by multiplying 8 times 7. Okay, so 8 times 7. Now, 7 is a prime number, so I'm going to go ahead and circle it because whenever you get to a branch that has a prime number, you can circle it. You don't have to. It's up to you. I just do that for notation purposes. But now I want to break this 8 down because 8 is the same thing. It can be broken down because it's composite. So 8 can be 2 times 4. 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. But now 4 is not prime, so I can break 4 down to 2 times 2. All right? So I'm going to circle those two. Now, I have all of my factors circled, and they're all prime numbers. So I can write the prime factorization of 56 as 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. All right? So now, we can also make this simplified or write it in a different form by using exponents. So remember, 2 times 2 times 2 is the same thing as 2 to the third power times 7. Okay? So this as well as this is the prime factorization of 56. All we're doing is showing the number 56 written as a factor of prime numbers. All right? Let's do another example. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the number 45. Okay? So I have the number 45, and I want to break it down to all prime factors. So I'm going to say 9 times 5. And you can start off with any two factors when you're doing these factor trees. I chose 9 and 5 because that's the one that always comes to mind with me. 5 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. 9 can be broken down to 3 times 3, or tree times tree, as I like to say. And then we're going to circle that. We're going to circle that. 3 and 3 are both prime, so now the prime factorization of 45 can be written as 3 times 3 times 5. We can also write that using exponents because I have 3 and 3, so tree to the second power times 5. And just kind of, if you think about it, 3 to the second power is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. Same thing over here. 2 to the third power is 8. 8 times 7 does equal 56. All right? Let's do a couple more examples of that. Let's break these down. And we want to look at example 3 and example 4. Okay? So, example 3, I'm going to use the number 180. Let's use a larger number. So, 180. All right? 180, I want to start by doing, let's do 10 times 18. All right? So, I have 10 here. Now, 10 can be broken down to 2 times 5. And both of those are prime. Now we have to work on this other branch, 18. So 18 can be broken down a few different ways. Well, let's go with 3 times 6 because 3 is prime. All right, so we go ahead and circle it. And then 6 can be broken down to 2 times 3. And now both of those are prime, so we're going to circle those. So the prime factorization of 180 can be written as, let's start with the lowest number. So I have 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, which is also, if we write it in exponent form, 2 to the second power times 3 to the second power times 5. All right, so that's our prime factorization of 180. All right, one last example, and this final example is going to be another large number. We're going to take 420. All right, 420. And once again, because this is a 0 there, I'm going to start out with 42 times 10. All right, both of these are composite numbers, so let's break them down. Let's do the smaller one first. Let's do 2 times 5. 2 and 5 are both prime, so we'll circle those. Let's break this branch down. 42, I always think about 6 times 7. And 7 is prime. I'm sorry, I was not supposed to circle this 6 because it's definitely not prime. But we can break that down to 2 times 3. And now I have all prime factors. So we can write this as 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. I do have 2 2's, so I can also say 2 to the second power times 3 times 5 and times 7. All right, so this is the prime factorization of 420. And when I multiply these numbers back together, it should give me 420. All right. Thank you for following and watching this video. Do me a great big favor. I want you to go to Instagram and follow me on Instagram at YG Math Tutoring. Also go to the Facebook page and like the Facebook page, Young Gurus Math Tutoring. And most definitely like the YouTube page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and share with a friend. Please, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for helping me spread this message to the world, because I want to help students all around the world, and I want to continue to provide the solution to your math problems.